Do you remember them? Not their faces in a photo, not a name on a screen. Their actual face. The way they laughed too loud, the way they saved you a seat without being asked. The way you never once had to explain yourself because they already knew. Your first friend group. And here's the thing nobody warned you about. You will probably never have that again. That is not pessimism, that is psychology. The friendships you made before the world got complicated, before jobs, before distance, before everyone got too tired to show up, those were built by a version of you that no longer exists. And they were the most real friendships you will ever have. Here is why. When you were young, you did not choose your friends based on usefulness. You did not network. You chose them because they made you laugh until your stomach hurt, because they lived 3 houses down, because they liked the same weird thing you liked, and that felt like a miracle. Psychologist Robin Dunbar, who has spent decades studying human social bonds, found that the deepest friendships in a person's life are almost always formed before the age of 25. Not because older people are incapable of closeness, but because after 25, the conditions that create real friendship start disappearing one by one. Those conditions have names: proximity, repetition, unplanned time. You were in the same place every single day. You saw each other without trying. You had hours of nothing to fill together, and you filled them. You built entire worlds out of boredom. A patch of grass became a headquarters. A bike ride became an expedition. A sleepover became the kind of conversation you have never quite had since. About everything, about nothing. About the things you were too young to understand but needed to say out loud anyway. Researcher Julianne Holt-Lunstad found that the quality of early social bonds shapes not just your emotional life, but your physical health for decades afterward. Those friends were not just fun, they were forming you, teaching you how to be known by another person, how to fight and come back, how to be embarrassing and still be loved. Your brain never let go of any of it. The hippocampus tags memories with emotional intensity. The stronger the feeling, the sharper the memory. Nothing in adult life quite matches the emotional voltage of those years. Every inside joke, every argument that felt like the end of the world, every moment of loyalty you did not have words for yet but felt in your whole body. That is why you can still hear their laugh. That is why a song from that era hits differently. That is why you drive past a place you used to hang out and feel something between gratitude and grief. Because at some point it ended. Not dramatically, not with a fight. It ended the way most beautiful things end. Slowly, quietly, without anyone deciding it was over. Someone moved. Someone got busy. Someone changed in a direction the group could not follow. And then one day you looked up and realized you could not remember the last time you were all in the same room. Nobody marked it. There was no last day that felt like a last day. The final hangout happened, and none of you knew it was the final hangout. You said goodbye like you always did, assuming there would be more. And then there were not. Sociologist Gerald Mollenhorst found that over a 7-year period, people replace roughly half of their close friends entirely. Half. Not because of any failure, just because of life. Because of distance and drift and the way time moves differently once you are inside it. But here is what stays. What that group gave you does not leave. The way you learned to trust, that came from them. The parts of yourself you only discovered because someone else saw them first, that was them. The feeling of being fully known and fully accepted at the exact age when you needed it most. You are still looking for it. Every new friendship, every group chat that never quite became a group, every table where you felt a distance you could not explain. You were measuring the gap between now and then. But somewhere, the people who were there still remember too. They still hear your laugh in a quiet moment. They still think about something you said that stayed with them. They still consider you, in some quiet corner of who they are, one of the most important people they ever knew. You were somebody's first real friend group too. And that means you already know exactly how rare you were.